Harry to skip the Oscars for fear of facing with Kristen Stewart over nominations for Diana biopic. Spencer, in which Kristen Stewart portrays Princess Diana, has delighted audiences and critics around the world, but one particular viewer, Prince Harry, was less than thrilled about it, apparently. The film and its main actress are likely to win a number of Oscar nominations, and it's struck a sour note with Harry. He's pretty appalled by the film, a source tells. As such, the Duke of Sussex is reportedly thinking he might miss out on the Oscars to avoid the actress who portrayed his mother in Pablo Larraín's dark take on the late princess's life. It's struck a sour note with Harry. He's pretty appalled by the film, a source told OK. Of course, it's understandable that he probably doesn't want to be associated with a movie that dramatizes a very specific moment in his late mother's life. This could rob royal fans of a huge red carpet moment at the 94th Academy Awards. The source added that the Sussexes have been invited to all the big events and planned on attending the Oscars, too, but they'd almost certainly come face to face with Stewart since she's a lock for a Best Actress nomination. The issue of whether to show up for the awards sounds like a contentious one in the Sussex household. Markle figures they can just ignore Kristen or be briefly polite, but Harry's not one to be fake, and his nerves are still raw, the source says. He's actually thinking about skipping the Oscars, but Meghan really wants back into the Hollywood scene. We'll have to see whether or not we spot the royal couple on the red carpet come March 27th. And if they do end up arguing about this behind closed doors, they'll probably make up pretty quickly anyway. Astrologer and body language expert Inbal Honigman previously told Express, they are in sync, but not fully in sync. They are likely to argue then make up. Their relationship isn't fully smooth sailing, but they're both old enough to know that every problem has a solution, and every argument can be resolved with some love and some compassion. And hopefully Kristen Stewart doesn't take this all the wrong way. Speaking on ITV's Lorraine, Mr. King said, "Back to the Oscars, there is talk of Tom Hanks, Richard Gere and Prince Harry, which goes to show you any old Tom, Dick and Harry can host. The royal couple are said to be living the American dream." Harry told a New York gala honoring veterans that he was living the American dream after a recent ride in a car shaped like a hot dog. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex attended the 2021 Salute to Freedom Gala, held on the eve of Veterans Day in the US and Armistice Day in the UK, and praised the value of service members and their families. Harry wore black tie, his medals and the Cross of the Knight Commander of Royal Victorian Order, and Meghan a red gown, while the pair adorned their outfits with a poppy. US Weekly's royal correspondent Christina Garibaldi said, "Meghan dazzled in a red V-neck gown as she and Harry were all smiles at the Salute to Freedom Gala in New York." The twosome walked hand in hand on the red carpet outside of the Intrepid Sea, Air and Space Museum. Meghan told reporters that she is always proud of her husband as he presented 5 awards. Harry said, "It's wonderful to be back on USS Intrepid a decade after my last visit. A lot has changed since then. Just last week, I went for a ride on the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. How's that for living the American dream?" The Duke presented Intrepid Valor Awards to 5 service members, veterans and military families, and he spoke of how his military experience shaped the person he is today. He told the audience at the Intrepid Museum, "It's wonderful to be back on USS Intrepid a decade after my last visit, and a lot has changed since then. Just last week, I went for a ride on the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. How's that for living the American dream? I've lived in the US for close to 2 years now. I have to say, witnessing your support for all those that put themselves in harm's way in defense of our freedoms and liberties, it's remarkable and hugely respected. It reminds me of the deep reverence us Brits have for our military as well. The armed forces communities in both our countries share a special bond, and I'm grateful to have served in support of our joint leadership for many years."